What is going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be fishing the lake, and for today's video I'm going to be teaching y'all the best spawn baits to use. It's getting close to that spawn time. Fish are moving up shallow here in Texas. I'm going to a secret location that I figured out fish love to spawn here in this exact spot. I figured this out last year late in spawn season, so I couldn't really fish it, but I did figure out that fish love to be in this exact spot. So I'm hoping the fish are moving up shallow, and they're already up shallow, getting ready to make beds. They're getting pretty territorial, so this spot's pretty good for that. I hope I can catch some fish today. I never come to this spot in general, like just to fish when it's not spawn season, because this spot can be pretty tough, but in spawn season the fish like to come to this spot. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and head down there, give you a few tips and tricks and the baits I use to catch these fish during the spawn season. But I'm gonna stop wasting time, try and figure them out, and hopefully we can catch some fish. Let's get to it. All right, folks, as you can tell, I'm not at the lake anymore. I probably did my intro at the lake. If not, welcome back to the channel. But I'm going to be going over the spawn baits, the best spawn baits to use around this time. I came to the creek because at the lake I don't think they're moving up shallow yet. I had to give it maybe another week until we start seeing fish move up shallow. But yeah, I'm back at the creek because the creek has been pretty good lately. I'm gonna try and catch 2 fish like always, but I'm gonna go over the baits that I like to use in the spawn season. The fish here I think are already spawning here at the creek. I've been catching them up shallow with bloody tails, so I think they're already bedding, getting ready to spawn. Right now I'm currently using a watermelon red Cinco because that has been working out pretty good, and I've been catching fish on it quite a bit lately. So I might even walk down this creek if it gets pretty hot, but I'm just gonna try and fish here for right now, fish the area, try and catch some fish right here. But yeah, I'm using watermelon red like I said. During the spawn time, watermelon red is a good bait to use because of the color red, and that kind of imitates a craw, and fish don't like craws when it comes to spawning season. Fish hate like fluorescent colors that'll get them mad, like pink or like a blue, kind of looks like a bluegill. It's another thing, you want to get a bait that also maybe looks like a craw or a bluegill. That could also work because fish will attack your bait if you use those type of baits, and in the spawn season that'll work out pretty good. But you also want to cast really shallow if you can, because that's where these fish are going to be hanging out. They're going to be bedding and spawning there. So you kind of want to fish slow around this time also, because you don't want to just pass by their beds and miss them. Just a few quick tips for y'all in the spawning season. This is the bait I'm starting off with. Just went over the baits that I kind of like to use during this time. But yeah, and get to fishing, see if I can catch some fish, show y'all what a spawning fish looks like, and hopefully we can catch at least maybe 2 fish today. It's a fish. Broke me off. Could have been a turtle, maybe. But he broke me off clean. My line was also really frayed. I mean, I had been fishing here for quite some time without retying, but I knew I was gonna get bit there. Some good cover, and I was just twitching it up and down. I'm like, there has to be a fish there, either spawning or just chilling there. And sure enough, sucks that I broke off though. Keep fishing. All right, so that's another thing when it comes to spawning season. Like, let's say that last fish I just missed, I could have not hooked into that fish, and that fish could be on a bed and just stay there on that bed. Fish are very territorial. They'll stay in one spot even though they get kind of hooked. Not really. They'll stay in one spot, kind of guard their territory. It could take a few minutes again until he bites. It could be that that fish was spawning there, or it could have been a turtle also. You never know. But you always want to cast back in the same spot if it's bedding season, spawning season, because that fish could be bedding and he could want to eat your lure once again. It just takes time and patience. That fish could have been on a bed because I was twitching it in the same exact spot for maybe a few seconds, fishing it slow, and sure enough, that fish ate it. So fish could be there. I have no idea if he'll come back. I don't know if I hooked into him. I mean, I broke off right away. He could be willing to eat again, because fish at the moment are very territorial. They get really mad when you come across their bed with specific baits. So I just want to fish very slow. That's my objective for today. I know I've kind of already mentioned it or touched on that topic, but you don't want to just pass the bed. You want to kind of entice that fish, get them mad, and get them to eat your bait. That's the whole purpose. That's a fish. Got one. Came off. I need to stop doing that. I don't reel up the slack, and that's the problem with this place. I have to reel up the slack to catch the fish. I've been getting better at doing it, but that time I got excited. There could still be a chance of me catching a fish, but that's the second fish I missed. And I got him for like maybe a split second, but he came off. No way. Got one. First fish of the day right there. It's not a bad one. I'll take him, I'll take him. That's a decent one. Wow, not a bad fish right there. But chill. Ow, he got me right in the hand with the hook. All right, but enough of that jazz. Yep, chill. Top of the mouth, not a bad fish. I will take that fish all day long. Tail is not bloody. I don't think this fish was spawning, but we got a fish. Not a bad fish. That fish is actually a decent size. I came over here because I saw something shiny in the tree right there. And I was like, what is that? And it's a bait. And I came to check it out. I was like, I might as well make a cast here. Made a cast right here. This fish ate my bait. I usually don't come over here to try and catch fish, but casted right here, got a bite right here. I landed this fish, about 1.5 pounds, maybe 2 pounder. Not bad for this spot. This spot's pretty good. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and release this fish back in the water. There he goes. He kind of jumped up. I don't know how deep this is. I shouldn't have tossed him right there. I should have tossed him a little more further. He'll be fine. He swam off just fine. Wow, first fish of the day. Took a minute, about an hour and a half for me to catch that fish from the lake to here, but we made it happen. All right, everybody, that's going to effectively end today's video. Now, I know I only caught one fish in this video, but the main objective for today's video was to explain to y'all how to catch spawning bass, how to bed fish, and what baits to use. And I went over that. I think I went over it pretty well. And just to sum it up, fluorescent baits that kind of get the fish fired up, crawl imitations, bluegill imitations, stuff like that. And the techniques I use is go slow, keep casting in the same spots if you miss a fish, but that's mainly the concept of bed fishing, spawn fishing. It can be pretty tough at times, but I tried to catch a spawning fish today. I couldn't seem to make it happen. In the last video, I caught some spawning fish. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a cart somewhere up above, or at the end of the video I'll put it. But yeah, not a bad day. We at least caught one fish today. I hope y'all learned something about bed fishing, spawn fishing, something new at least, because the things I know today I did not know back then, and it's something pretty cool to learn how to do. Bed fishing can be tough, like I said, but it can also be pretty fun. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. If y'all did, smash the like button, drop a comment down below if y'all have any suggestions for future videos or anything you want to leave. Drop it in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. With that being said, I'll catch y'all next time on JJ Fishes.